Hey, it's Dan Harlan. I'm here with Jonathan Levit. Hey, Jonathan,
Hey, Dan.
how are you?
Good to see you.
It's good to see you, too. Always a pleasure to hang out with you. And we're talking in particular today about a DVD that you've put out. It's called Ahead of the Game. Mm-hmm. And from what you have on here, it's your whole castle act, yes?
It is my whole close-up castle.
Okay, and you take the whole act and break it down and teach all of the tricks, but you go even further than that, yes?
I do. It's people that have seen my act know that it's the effects for sure, but it's all the thinking that goes in. There's a lot of psychology in between the act to make it what it is.
Yeah.
And so from beginning to end, there's callbacks, and it's a whole performance. It's not just trick after trick after trick.
Right.
And so the DVD goes into all the thinking, all of the psychology, the audience management, the character, the handling, all of it, including the methods of the effects.
Right. And like what are some of the effects that?
I
that
do my color changing deck routine.
Okay.
I have the cards turn blank. I have a card at any number. Mm-hmm. 4 cards are divined and thought of in the audience. So it's mentalism, it's sleight of hand, it's a grouping of all of that.
Right.
And I end with my signature matrix routine, where all the coins vanish at the end.
Yeah.
So it's really a fully formed routine that's been honed over
yes,
years.
and as you've already alluded to it, it's not just about teaching how those tricks are done. You have very clever methods on all of the tricks that you do. But in addition to that, I've seen at least parts of the act. There are bits of business, what we would call bits of business, but they're so great because they're character pieces that really help get the audience interested. It builds up the anticipation for the effects, and you've got a lot, like you said, there's foreshadowing and callbacks and all of these things that are written into it. And you teach not just how they're involved in this, but kind of how somebody might use that concept in their own work. Yes?
And in fact, that's what I really want. You know, people have said to me, "You're giving away your professional act." You know, and I said, "Yeah, I am."
Yeah.
Right? Well, what if somebody else does that act? I said, by all means, that would thrill me if somebody does my act. Great. I have no reason to hold on to that. But what I really want, what I really care about, is that people are able to take bits of the psychology, bits of the understanding, bits of the thinking, right, and even bits of the methodology, and apply it to what they're doing.
Sure.
And that's what I really want.
Yeah, and you know, and I think we both agree on this, is that when somebody hasn't ever studied some of the theatrical aspects that we have, or they haven't put together a whole show, it's great for them to mimic somebody that is good at what they do. So if somebody does watch your DVD and rehearses what you've done, they start to learn just by immersing themselves in your world, in your thinking, how they can do it on their own. So it gives them a kind of a stepping stone to develop their own material.
Absolutely, and that's as a teacher, that's what I want.
Yeah.
You know, and the DVD is interesting too, because along those lines, there are 2 performances from the Magic Castle. So you can watch them one after the other and see the differences and the similarities, and see where the improv moments are not improv.
Right.
And see where the improv moments are improv, and how I worked around some things. There are even a couple of moments, I should say this, in the performances where things don't go perfectly right. And so what you get to see is how I fix them.
Yeah, but those are important moments, and that's why that's such a good learning tool, is to see how a professional deals with something, how much planning goes into it, and how all that planning saves you whenever you get something unexpected that comes up.
Absolutely, those are teaching moments for sure.
Yeah.
And then I also have commentary on one of those performances, or on both of them actually. There's commentary, so you can play it with or without commentary, so you can hear what's going on in my head as I'm going through the performance.
Yeah, well, it sounds like a fabulous way to look at a professional, solid routine and learn why it is the way that it is. Also learn some great magic, but like we said, learn something about how you can structure it yourself to make it have more impact for your audience. Sounds fantastic to me, and you know, because of the title, you're basically getting them ahead of the game. You know, when they watch it.
That is my thinking.
Yeah.
My philosophy is to move the moment of the magic and get yourself ahead of the game, so that you can just relax and have a good time.
Yeah.
And you're always putting yourself in a situation that you can be free and not worried about the moment.
Yeah, terrific. Well, like you've probably seen and read already, it's gotten rave reviews from absolutely everybody. I know you're absolutely going to dig it. You're going to learn some important lessons if you get ahead of the game. Thanks, Jonathan.
Thanks, Dan.